Basically, we're talking about strategy. So the first thing you want to do is define your goals and objectives. You need to make sure that your organization at large is agreeing on what it is that you're trying to say here. For a nonprofit organization, there's a big difference between a message to a donor versus one to the people you serve. And you may even get to the point in your conversation where you realize we need two different channels here. One for this group, one for that group. Notice as of yet, I haven't talked about Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. You want to make that decision after you've decided your goals, objectives, and your audience. You don't want to go on Twitter if your target audience isn't on Twitter. A lot of organizations actually say, hey, I need an intern, let's have them do social media. But in reality, that intern may not know the ins and outs of what's actually going on within the organization. So it's so much better if within the organization they've appointed someone from multiple departments, multiple functions, and it is their responsibility in their job description or in their volunteer description to provide information to the person actually getting it out there. The reality is you're going to get feedback, you're going to get lashback. We can't spend the traditional amount of time that we used to be able to spend in responding to things and shaping really strong messages. It's very, very quick medium, and we have to be able to respond that quickly. Identifying your opinion leaders and your advocates. You look for board members, you look for people that are already working with you, and then you also look for opinion leaders within the organization or within the industry at large. You can follow them, you can retweet them. It's important that you're not just saying your messages, but you're also bringing your audience into what other people are saying. And so you're kind of giving them the opportunity to use your audience for their own messages by retweeting them. On a blog, you can ask someone to come be a guest blogger. They'll write it up, you'll put it on your blog, but then they're probably going to go back to their blog and let all of their readers know that they posted somewhere else, so that all of a sudden you're creating awareness beyond just what you can do in your small circle. You can kind of extend it out. Finally, we're going to get creative. And this group took the opportunity of Facebook Timeline. They created a picture for their supporters to put on their own profiles. So you can go on and upload this photo and put it on the top of your Facebook. Same thing with Pinterest. This is one of those ones that people aren't sure what's going on with it, but why not use that for your social media outreach? It's important in social media to define both qualitative and quantitative measures. So here is a graph that shows us what clicks I got per day. So I can see that on January 30th, something went really well. Here's an example of Facebook Insights, similar type stuff. The point is you need to be trying to really understand what's generating activity and what's not. Use alert systems. So there's some really great alert systems out there. There's Google Reader, and it will just go through and look for any keyword that you want it to pull. It will send you a report once a day, or we'll put it on an RSS feed for you. Whentotweet.com. This used to be free, now it's $4.99, but I still think it's worth it. It will scan all of your followers on Twitter and tell you when they're on and when they're tweeting. So it'll give you a little graph, and it will tell you that you should be tweeting at 7:45, at noon, and at 3 o'clock. Some blogs that I have found very useful. I like to keep these ones on my feed readers so that I can know what's the latest and greatest in the industry. Not all of it's going to be applicable to what I'm doing, but it's good to just kind of know and to see what can be kind of adapted to what it is I'm doing.